in these problems that we're looking at, we're starting with our ability to see what we're looking at. Don't worry about the final answer, because once you can understand how to see it, then the final answer is going to be something you can figure out naturally. So when you read this problem, it does say -2 plus 5. Again, that's how we read it. But what we have to learn to do is kind of break down each number and recognize that this negative, or this starting point, is just a -2. So when it says the 2 is blank, that 2 has a negative sign, so it is negative. All right. When we're looking at the 5, if you want to know what the 5 is, look at the sign in front of it. And again, it just kind of separates. It is an addition problem, but really what addition is showing you two numbers that you're putting together. Ignore the signs, ignore whether it says plus or minus and all that stuff. You are looking to see if it's negative or positive. This 5 with a plus sign is positive. Now, if you want to know what your answer is going to be, think about this as a competition. Who has more, the negatives or the positives? Well, if the bigger number is 5 and the 5 is positive, then the answer is going to be positive no matter what. And then in terms of add or subtract, do these two numbers get along? Are they friends? No, they're not. And because they're different, it means we are going to subtract. All right, so that's it. If these were both the same, they get along, you add. If they're not the same, they don't get along, you subtract. The answer, figuring out whether it's negative or positive, means look at the bigger number, and the bigger number wins. 5 is the bigger number, 5 is positive, so your answer is positive. Because these two signs are different, that's why you subtract. -6 minus 10 is how I read it. But here's the thing again. Outside of me trying to read it, if I'm going to go figure it out, I've got to look at this 6. And again, you start to do this without having to mark all this stuff here. But that negative, or that 6 itself has a negative sign, so it is a -6. This 10 has a minus sign in front of it, so it's negative also. Well, here's the thing. If you want to know what your answer is, your bigger number still wins. 10 is the bigger number. 10 is negative. Your answer is going to be negative. If you want to know what the answer is, it's who wins. And again, even if they're on the same team, the negatives are going to win no matter what. And do you add or subtract? Do negatives like other negatives? Misery loves company. People who are negative tend to look for other negative people. You're going to add them. They do get along, so you're going to add those numbers, and that's going to be it. So again, that's what that question is asking you to do. 7 plus -17. Who cares what it says? We have to now think about what's going on. So, looking at this first number, there's nothing in front of it. And what you want to think about is, anytime somebody says how much money is in your pocket, we say $5, $10, $1, whatever. That is assumed to be positive. Nobody says I have positive $5 in my pocket. So anytime there's no sign, you assume that it's positive. There you go. It is positive. The 17, again, just looking at the 17, what's in front of it is a negative. So therefore, 17 is negative. Again, if you want to know what your answer is going to be, it goes to the bigger number. The bigger number is 17. 17 is negative, so the negatives are going to win this competition. And because one is positive and one is negative, they do not get along, which means you're going to subtract. It's going to be a competition. People are going to lose. People are going to leave. With 6 and 10, these people are just going to hang out. If 6 people who like each other meet 10 people who like each other, they're all going to hang out, and it's going to make a bigger group. They're going to add. If 2 people who don't like each other, if 2 people over in this group meet up with 5 people from a group they don't like, well, everybody's not going to stay. People are going to leave, so you're going to subtract. It's a logical thing, and that's what you have to work on. This one here, again, as you read it, this 4, nothing in front of it, is positive. This 9, look what's in front of it. This is how you have to train your eyes. This 9 is negative. The bigger number just so happens to be the second one on all these, but the bigger number is negative, so the answers are going to be negative. And again, do positives and negatives get along? No, they do not, so we are going to subtract. It's going to be a competition, and people are going to leave. Outside of that, like I said, if you're still having issues with this, please talk to your teacher. If your teacher is me, then please talk to me. Outside of that, have a good day, and I will talk to you later.